हेलो गाइस, वेलकम टू माय चैनल। आज हम करेंगे क्लास 9th मूवमेंट बुक का चैप्टर 6 वेदरिंग द स्टॉर्म इन एस्मा। इससे पहले आप चैनल पर नए हो तो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए एंड इसी तरह की और वीडियो देखने के लिए बेल आइकन को प्रेस कीजिए ताकि मेरी वीडियो की आने वाली नोटिफिकेशन आपको मिलती रहे। चलिए वीडियो स्टार्ट करते हैं। On 27 October 1999, 7 years after his mother's death, Prashant had gone to the block headquarters of Ersama. तो 27 अक्टूबर 1999 7 ईयर्स अगो आफ्टर मतलब 7 साल के बाद उसकी मम्मा की डेथ हो गई थी प्रशांत की। वो एक हेडक्वार्टर में रहता था एरसमा में। अ स्मॉल टाउन इन Coastal Orissa, some 18 kilometers from his village, to spend the day with a friend. तो जो 18 किलोमीटर नहीं था, कुछ दूर पे ना उसके दोस्त का घर था। In the evening, a dark and menacing storm quickly gathered. Winds beat against the houses with a speed and fury that Prashant had never witnessed before. Heavy and incessant rain filled the darkness. Ancient trees were. तो एक दिन होता है कि खूब तेज तेज से हवाएं आने लगती है, घरों को तरह हिलाने वाली, पेड़ पौधों को हिलाने वाली, इतनी तूफान से आने लगता है। Uproots and crashed to the earth, screamed, rent to the air as the people and house were swiftly washed away. The anger water swirled into his friend's house neck deep. The building was of brick and mortar and was strong enough to service the devastation of the wind's velocity of 350 kilometer per hour. But the cool terror of the family grew with the crashing of trees that had got uprooted and fallen on their house, sometimes in the middle of the night, डैमेजिंग इट्स रूफ एंड वॉल्स। मतलब पेड़ पौधे, घर, वो जो सीमेंट ब्रिक्स मतलब ईंटों के बने थे वो टूटना शुरू हो गए। जो उसके फ्रेंड का घर था ना, उस पर एक पेड़ गिर उठा, वो उखड़ के गिर उठा था पेड़। तो उसके जो मिडल नाइट हुई थी ना, तो डैमेजिंग इट्स रूफ, तो उसकी ना जब मिडल नाइट हुई थी ना, आधी रात हो गई थी, तो उसकी रूफ ना डैमेज हो गई थी और वॉल भी। आगे चलते हैं। The crazed destruction wrought by the cyclone and the sugars of the ocean continued for the next 36 hours. Although wind speed had reduced somewhat by the next morning to escape the waters rising in the house, Prashant had his friend's family had taken refuge on the roof. Prashant will never forget the shock he experienced at his first glimpse of the devastation wrought by the super cyclone in the gray light of the early morning. A raging, deadly bound sheets of water covered everything as far as the eye could see. Only Fetchen's cement houses still stood in a few places. Blighted animals, carcasses, and human corpses floated in every direction all around. Even hag old trees and fallen. Two coconut trees had fallen on the roof of their house. This was a blessing in a disguise because the tender coconuts from the trees kept the trapped family from starving in the several days that followed. तो मतलब इतना ज़्यादा उस तो साइक्लोन आया था, कितना ज़्यादा डैमेज कर दिया था उसने। कभी मिट्टी के हाउस, कभी सीमेंट के हाउस इधर उखड़ रहे हैं, पेड़ गिर रहे हैं। और जो उसके फ्रेंड का घर नहीं था उसमें ना 2 नारियल के पेड़ गिर गए थे, तो उनके 36 आवर उनके मतलब इतने दिनों में इतने रहने के लिए ना उनको खाने पीने की कोई कुछ तो मिल नहीं रहा होगा, तो उन्होंने नारियल को खा के और उसका पानी पी के गुजारा किया था। For the next 2 days, Prashant sat hardly with his friend's family in the open on the rooftop. They froze in the cold and incessant rain. The rainwater washed away Prashant's tears. The only thought that flashed through his mind was whether his family had survived the fury of the super cyclone. Was he to be braved once again 2 days later, which seems to Prashant like 2 years? The rain crazed and the rain water slowly began to recede. Prashant was determined to seek out his family without further delay, but the situation was still dangerous, and his friend family pleaded with Prashant to stay back a little while longer. But Prashant knew he had to go. तो ना इतने दिन फंसे रहने के बाद उसको पता चला कि हाँ मेरी भी फैमिली है, मुझे वहाँ भी ऐसे ही साइक्लोन आया होगा। तो वो 2 दिन के बाद वो जाने लगा, तो फिर उसने देखा कि कितना कुछ यहाँ बिगड़ रखा, तो वहाँ भी कितना कुछ हुआ होगा। फिर लेकिन उसके जो उसके वो फ्रेंड के पेरेंट्स नहीं थे, वो बोल रहे थे कि यहीं रुक जाओ अभी कुछ दिन के लिए, तो फिर जाना बाद में। लेकिन प्रशांत नहीं माना, वो चला गया। He equipped himself with a long sturdy stick and then started on his 18-kilometer expanding back to his village through the sullen flood waters. It was a journey he would never forget. He continuously had to use his stick to locate the road to determine. तो वो जा रहा था, इतना पानी मतलब भर गया था, वो स्टिक लेके गया था, एक लकड़ी लेके गया था और उसमें डायरेक्शन देख रहा था सड़क की किस साइड गई है। Where the water was most shallow at a place it was waist deep and progress was slow. At a several point he lost the road and had to swim. After some distance he was relieved to find 2 friends of his uncle who were also returning to their village. They decided to move ahead together. As they waded through the water, the scenes they witnessed grew more and more macabre. They had to push away many human bodies, men, women, children, and carcasses of dog, goats, and cattle that the current swept against them as they moved ahead. In every village that they passed, they called Breli. See a house standing. Prashant no wept to out loud and long. He was sure that his family could not have survived this catastrophe. Eventually, Prashant reached his village, Kali Kudda. His heart went cold where their home once stood. There were only remains of its roof. Some of their belongings were cuffed, mangled, and twisted in the branches of trees just visible above the dark water. Young Prashant decided to go to the Red Cross shelter to look for his family. तो जब वो जा रहा था ना, तो उसके साथ 2 अंकल और भी दिखे, उसके फ्रेंड के अंकल दिखे कि वो भी अपने गांव ही लौट रहे थे। तो रास्ते में उनको बहुत सारी डेड बॉडीज़ मिली, चिल्ड्रंस की, वोमेंस की, मतलब बहुत ज़्यादा डेड बॉडीज़ मिली, कभी एनिमल्स की, ट्रीज़ कभी गिरे हुए, ये वो करके वो गए। तब उन्होंने देखा कि उनके वहाँ उस विलेज में उनके जब उन्होंने 18 किलोमीटर पास किया तो उनके विलेज में जाके देखा, तब इतना ज़्यादा वहाँ नुकसान नहीं हुआ था, सिर्फ पेड़ पौधे गिरे थे और उनकी रूफ गिर गई थी बस। Among the first people he saw the crowd was his maternal grandmother, weak with the hunger. She rushed to him, her hands outstretched, her eyes brimming. It was a miracle. They had long given him up for dead. Quickly word spread, and his extended family gathering around him and hugged him tightly in relief. Prashant unconsciously scans the mortally battered group, his brother and sister, his uncles and aunts. They all seem to be there. तो वो जैसे ही वहाँ पहुँचा तो उसकी ग्रैंड मदर थी, उसने अपने हाथ दिखाए क्योंकि वो बहुत दिन से भूखी थी, उसने कुछ खाया नहीं था. तो जैसे वो गया प्रशांत, तो उसके सारे फैमिली वालों ने उसे हक कर लिया था, उसके सिस्टर, ब्रदर्स, अंकल, आंटी जो थी सबने. By the next morning, as he took in the depressed situation in the shelter, he decided to get a grip over himself. He seemed deathly grief stealing upon the 20 2050 strong crowd in the shelter. 86 lives were lost in the village. All the 96 houses had been washed away. It was their fourth day at the shelter, so far they had survived on a green coconut, but there were too few to around, such as a template of a people. Prashant, all of 19 years, decided to step in as a leader of his village. If no one else did, he organized a group of youth and elders to jointly possibility the merchants once again to part with his rice. This time the delegation succeeded and returning 3 months triumphantly entire shelter. No one cared that the rice was already rotting. Branches from a fallen tree were gathered to light to recruits and slow fires on which to look the rise for the first time in 4 days. The cycle and the cyclone shelter were able to fill their bliss. His next task was to organize a team of youth volunteers to clean the shelters of the fifth, urine, vomiting, and floating carcasses, and to tents to the wants and futures of the many who had been injured. On the fifth day, a military helicopter flew over the shelters and dropped some food places. It then did not return the youth. A task for gathers empty. Unstressed from the shelter, they had the deposit the children to lie in the sands left by the waters around the shelter with these uncials on their stomachs to communicate to the passing helicopter that they were hungry. The message got through, and after that, the helicopter made regular rounds of the shelters, airdropping foods and other basic needs. तो मतलब 4-5 डे तो हो गए थे. तो जो वो प्रशांत नहीं था, उसने सोचा था कि मैं कुछ हेल्प करूँगा. एक 19 ईयर्स का होते हुए उसने सोचा कि मैं गांव का लीडर बनूँगा और ये जो भी चीज़ ख़राब हुई है वहाँ वो सब ठीक करेंगे. उन्होंने एक यूथ ग्रुप बनाया था, जवानों का ग्रुप, जिसमें उन्होंने पूरा वो करना था. फिर कुछ दिनों के बाद हेलीकॉप्टर 5th डे के बाद हेलीकॉप्टर आया. उन्होंने फूड गिराने लगे. फिर उन्होंने रोज़ रोज़ एक राउंड लेके फूड गिराने लगे थे. Prashant found that a large number of children had been orphaned. He brought them together and put up a polythene sheet shelter for them. Women were mobilized to look after them while the men squared food and materials for the shelter. As the week passed, Prashant was quickly to recognize that the women and children were sinking deeper and deeper in their grief. He persuaded the woman to start working in the food for work program is started by an NGO, and for the children he organized sports events He himself loved to play cricket, and so he organized a cricket match for children. Prashant enjoyed with over volunteer in helping the window and the children to pick up the broken pieces of their lives. The Imperial government's plan was to set up institution for orphans and windows. However, this step was successfully resigned as it was felt that in such institution children would grow up without love and windows. Shepard form Singham and Loudness Prashant group believed orphans should be resettled in their own community itself, possibly in a new foster family made up of a childless widows and children without adult care. It is a 6 month after the deviation of the super cyclone. This time Prashant wanted split as a helter simply because he had no time to bother about his own pain. His handsome, youthful face is what the widows and orphanage children of his village seeked out the most in their darkest hour of grief. फिर उन्होंने लास्ट में जाके सारा कुछ यूथ प्लान करा, उनकी मतलब उनकी वोमेन जो भी मेल थे और जो भी चिल्ड्रन थे सब ने मदद करी। तो उन्होंने जाके अपने गांव को पहले जैसा ही कर दिया, जो वहाँ के उन्होंने इंस्टीट्यूशन करे, एनजीओ बनाए, ये सब करके उन्होंने पहले जैसा अपने गांव को कर दिया। तो गाइस ये रही हमारी क्लास 9th मूवमेंट चैप्टर 6 वेदरिंग इन द स्टॉर्म इन एस्मा। I hope you like it. Please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon. Thank you.